On the morning of October 15, 2018, Barron, Wisconsin, was waking up to another crisp autumn day. The small town, with its friendly neighbors and close-knit community, was filled with the sounds of children getting ready for school and the smell of freshly brewed coffee. In a modest home on the outskirts of town lived the Closs family: James, Denise, and their beloved daughter, 13-year-old Jayme. Jayme was a bright and spirited girl, full of life and dreams. She loved animals, spent time with her friends, and enjoyed the little things in life, like drawing, playing with her dog, and chatting about her favorite books. School was a place where she felt safe, surrounded by classmates who shared her interests and laughter. The Closs family was known for their warmth and kindness, often helping neighbors and being involved in community events. But lurking in the shadows was a young man named Jayme Patterson, who lived just a short drive away in Gordon, Wisconsin. Jayme was not well known in the community. He was quiet and somewhat of a loner. At 21 years old, he had bounced between various jobs and struggled to fit in. He often felt disconnected from others, and his thoughts began to spiral into darker places. Jayme had a fascination with Jayme. He first noticed her on a school bus, and something about her captivated him. This infatuation quickly turned into an obsession. He would watch her from afar, imagining a life together, though he never spoke to her. Instead, he became fixated on the idea of taking her away, believing he could create a life that only existed in his mind. On that fateful night, Jayme's fantasy took a terrifying turn. As the clock struck 1 a.m., he parked his car a short distance from the Closs home, his heart pounding with excitement and fear. Armed with a shotgun, he approached the house, ready to act on his twisted plan. The Closs family was asleep, blissfully unaware of the nightmare that was about to unfold. Jayme crept closer, and with one swift move he smashed through the front door. The quiet of the night was shattered as he fired his weapon, striking Jayme's father, Jayme Closs, who rushed to protect his family. The loud bang jolted Jayme and her mother, Denise, awake. They quickly locked themselves in the bathroom, praying for safety. But Jayme forced his way in, and in a horrifying moment, Denise was shot as she tried to save her daughter. Jayme was just a teenager, witnessing unimaginable violence, the horror of losing her parents unfolding in front of her eyes. In those few moments, the life Jayme had known was taken from her. After shooting her mother, Jayme grabbed Jayme, dragging her out of the bathroom and into the night. He threw her into the trunk of his car and sped away, leaving the chaos behind. As they drove, Jayme felt a mix of fear and confusion. She couldn't comprehend what was happening. After about 70 miles, they arrived at Jayme's remote cabin in the woods of Gordon, Wisconsin. Here, he had planned everything, thinking he could keep Jayme hidden from the world. For the next 88 days, Jayme was trapped. Jayme isolated her from everyone, enforcing strict rules. He would come into the room with her, ensuring she didn't try to escape. He would tell her that if she ever tried to run away, he would hurt her. Jayme lived in constant fear, but deep down, she held onto a glimmer of hope that one day she would be free. Despite the darkness surrounding her, Jayme's spirit remained strong. She often thought of her life before the kidnapping, her family, and the friends she missed. She knew she had to find a way out. 10th, 2019, Jayme saw her chance. That day, Jayme left the cabin, believing he had everything under control. Taking a deep breath, Jayme pushed aside the items that barricaded her under the bed. She crawled out into the snowy woods, adrenaline pumping through her veins. As she ran through the cold, white landscape, every crunch of snow beneath her feet echoed the hope she held. After what felt like an eternity, Jayme stumbled upon Jean Nutter, a woman walking her dog. Seeing Jayme's terrified face, Jean instantly recognized her from the news. "Are you Jayme Closs?" Jean asked. Jayme nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I'm here to help you," Jean reassured her and called 911 immediately. Law enforcement responded quickly, and soon after, they apprehended Jayme Patterson, who was returning home, unaware that his grip on Jayme had finally slipped. His capture marked the end of Jayme's captivity and the beginning of her healing journey. In March 2019, Patterson faced charges for his horrific crimes. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 1 count of kidnapping, receiving a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Jayme Closs's story is not just about the horror she endured. It's a tale of resilience, survival, and the unyielding human spirit. Through her courage, she transformed from a victim into a survivor, inspiring others with her strength. As we remember Jayme's harrowing journey, we must acknowledge the importance of community and vigilance. Her story teaches us that even in the darkest times, hope can lead to freedom, and bravery can overcome fear.